I am Maria Garcia de Fleury. St. Andrew was the younger brother of St. Peter. They were fishermen of the Sea of Galilee. In Galilee, the Greek language and culture were very present. The fact that his father Jonah gave the eldest son Simon an Aramaic name and his youngest son Andrew a Greek name reflects the mixed Jewish Gentile environment of Galilee. Andrew, disciple of John the Baptist, one day heard him proclaim Jesus as the Lamb of God. Then he was moved and followed Jesus. When he arrived, he asked him, "Where do you live?" And Jesus answered, "Come and see." Thus, Andrew became the first of the apostles to be called to follow Jesus. That is why the Byzantine Church gives him the name of the first called. Andrew said to his brother Simon, "We have found the Messiah," meaning Christ, and he took him to where Jesus was. There are three notable incidents of Andrew with Jesus. The first occurs when Jesus multiplies the loaves in Galilee. There, it was Andrew who pointed out to Jesus the presence of a young man who had 5 loaves and 2 fish. A second case was when he and the other apostles asked Jesus what it is that you say that the beautiful stones of the temple will be torn down. Tell us when this will be and what sign there will be when all this is fulfilled. And Jesus responded by giving them a very important speech about the destruction of Jerusalem and the end of the world, in which he asked his disciples to be cautious in interpreting the signs of the times and to be constantly on their guard. A third initiative of Andrew also occurred in Jerusalem for the Passover festival, shortly before the Passion, when some Greeks had arrived in the city, probably God-fearing men who had gone up to worship the God of Israel at the festival of Easter. Like Andrew and Philip, they spoke Greek and served as interpreters and mediators for this small group of Greeks with Jesus. Jesus said to his disciples, and through them to the Greek world, "The time has come for the Son of God to be glorified. I assure you, unless a grain of wheat falls to the ground and dies, only one grain of wheat will remain, but if it dies, it produces much fruit." Jesus was prophesying about the church of the Greeks, the church of the pagans, the church of the world, as a fruit of his Passover. Andrew is considered the apostle of the Greeks because for the rest of his life, he was the preacher and interpreter of Jesus for the Greek world. In Patras, Greece, Andrew was imprisoned and crucified, but like his brother Peter, he asked to be nailed to a cross different from the cross of Jesus, his master. That is why they nailed him into a diagonal cross in the shape of an X. Andrew did not see the cross as an instrument of torture, but as the incomparable means for perfect configuration with the Redeemer, with the grain of wheat that fell to the earth. Here we have a very important lesson to learn. Our own crosses acquire value if we consider and accept them as part of the cross of Christ, if a reflection of its light illuminates them, because our crosses offered to God have a much greater transcendent meaning, just like the cross of Christ, who is God, and with God we always win.